Oh. Oh, was that close thing? Oh, I say, I'm sorry. If I'd missed it, there isn't another for an hour. And I have friends in another compartment, in fact.
Then, for your sake and theirs, you'll be able to join them at Guardbridge, if the train still stops there.
It does, yes. Oh, I say, I've just thought, this isn't a first, is it?
A first-class compartment? Oh, no.
Oh, I suddenly thought, well, I thought inevitably that you...
Would travel first class?
Well, yes.
You know, I've never once... No, that's not true. I did once, but it was a long time ago.
It can't have been so very long.
Very long, more than 30 years before you were born.
But you don't look, old enough, I mean.
Thank you. That's very reassuring.
Excuse me?
To find that students are still gallant.
Oh, no, I meant it.
I'm sure you did. It makes it all the more reassuring.
How did you know I was a student?
It isn't very difficult for knowing.
Oh, you're laughing at me?
Not really.
Well, I wouldn't blame you anyway. Do I seem a wee bit high, as if I've been drinking?
A little.
Well, I suppose it's because I have been drinking. Do you think it's pretty disgusting at this time of day?
Would it matter if I did?
Yes, I think it would. Oh, you don't mind me saying that?
No. It is a compliment.
I'm rather glad I missed... we've been celebrating.
The examinations are over, and a whole year's tension with them.
6 whole years? We've just taken our finals.
You've been studying medicine?
Yes, and it's a... I say, were you at St. Andrews?
No. I nearly was, though.
But you decided...
I didn't decide anything. My father died, and there wasn't too much money.
You really had to have quite a bit in the old days, didn't you?
Quite a bit.
Yes, whereas I... well, it's as well those days are gone.
It is, indeed.
So, instead, you...
Instead, I did something else. Will you specialize?
If I've passed?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. My father's a GP. I'll probably join him.
Oh, he'll like that.
Yes, he will. So will I.
Then I'm sure you'll be happy. And a good doctor.
Well, I hope so.
You will be, if that's what you really want to do.
Oh, it is, really. I don't know if you can imagine what it's like.
I think I can.
Sometimes when you've just finished a hard day, and I mean a hard day, and you're just off to bed and the phone rings, but you don't mind because you're needed. You're really needed. And all the years you've studied and the parties you've missed, spending each vacation as a porter in a hospital and in the wards at term time, feeling such a fake when the patients call you doctor and trusting you, and then suddenly it's all so worthwhile. Oh, I can't tell you.
You have. Very well.
Oh, now you're laughing again.
You told me very well.
Well, I must be high, laying off to you about helping people.
I hope you'll always feel the way you do now.
You have to believe, you see. Really believe. Otherwise, there isn't anything.
Yes.
Oh, I keep going on, don't I? Do you, do you do anything? You know, besides,
I do.
Would you, can you talk about it?
Well, I do much what you're going to do.
Oh, as a nurse, eh?
Not exactly. You see, I never did go to St. Andrews, but I did manage to go to Edinburgh in the end.
Not medicine.
I'm afraid so.
And you've practiced?
Yes.
Oh, I really was laying off, wasn't I? Why didn't you stop me?
I didn't particularly want to.
But you ought to have.
And spoiled your enthusiasm, oh no.
Well, at least you do know how I feel.
Yes.
I'm glad. You know, there have been times, particularly in these last weeks, when I could have done with someone like this to talk to.
Isn't there a girl?
Oh, yes. She's in the other compartment now, in fact. But that wouldn't have been the same.
Oh, come.
No, it wouldn't. You just can't, you see. Not freely.
Well, if I've been able to help you, I'm very happy.
Thank you. You know, I think...
Guardbridge! Guardbridge!
I think I could fall in love with someone like you very easily.
What about your friends and the girl in the other compartment?
Tell me straight, would you honestly mind if I stayed here?
No, I would enjoy your company, but surely your friends...
Oh, they probably think I missed the train at Lucha's anyway.
Then wouldn't it be only fair?
Look, I'd rather talk to you. And besides, well, I think you're, frankly, a very beautiful woman.
Who's quite old enough to have studied with your father, if not with your grandfather.
But that doesn't matter, don't you see? Only... Oh, look, you mustn't think... Oh, I don't mean anything in any way.
I know you don't.
It's just that... Oh, or am I getting maudlin?
Perhaps a little.
Well, it's too late now in any case. You're stuck with me.
I am, haven't I? Well, now, tell me about your girl.
Oh, she's all right. I suppose we'll get married one of these days. Where do you practice?
In the Hebrides.
The island?
Mm-hmm. The clinic is on South Uist, but we cover North Uist as well, Benbecula, Barra, and the smaller islands.
But it's a gigantic practice.
Only in miles.
And you're alone?
Oh, no. Sometimes on the outlying islands.
And serious cases?
We fly them to the mainland, if there's time.
And if there isn't?
We do whatever we must.
On the kitchen table by lamplight.
If necessary, not from choice.
No. Have you had any really tough ones?
Now and then.
Can you tell me about them?
There was one I can tell you about at least.
Yes?
An appendix. Oh, just grumbling, and quite suddenly it went bad. At a croft it was, a pretty place, and very isolated.
And the patient?
A woman in her late 50s.
And you had to operate there and then?
Not quite. Fortunately, I had someone with me, a nurse very intelligent and very experienced.
But, I don't understand. It was acute?
Oh, yes.
Yet you didn't operate?
I didn't.
But,
I couldn't very well, you see. I was the patient.
You?
She did a very competent job.
But how on earth?
It's a wonderful thing what the human spirit can achieve when the need arises.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Yes?
I was thinking back again. Me telling you about doctoring.
The circumstances were a little unusual.
Weren't they, though? Just a little. I can see me becoming a bore.
No, I can't.
Look, I make a vow. In future, I check people can't suck eggs before I teach them how.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, no.
Excuse me?
The old wreck. It wasn't even that, I suppose. Just a few black spars rising from the water at the point there.
Oh, yes.
We always looked for them. We used to press our noses to the window to be the first to see the old wreck. Now it's gone.
You used to know this part of the country quite well, then?
Quite well. I grew up at Leven, and Father had business connections in St. Andrews and Dundee.
I was almost sure from your accent you were Highland yourself.
No, not at all. But after living with the accent for 20 years...
It's harder to avoid it than adopt it.
Yes, indeed.
If you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
I didn't try very hard not to.
20 years, eh? That's a long time.
It hasn't seemed so.
No. You know, I envy you.
Envy's an ugly word.
Perhaps, but I do. Almost as much as I... Oh, and it's leaving you're making for now.
Yes.
But not to stay. You're going back to the islands.
In a week or two.
Oh, naturally. And how long did it take you to get here?
Oh, I've come from Edinburgh today, not Uist.
From Edinburgh?
Yes.
But surely... I mean, isn't Via Luchas a terribly long way round?
I had sentimental reasons, I suppose you could call them.
They must have been very sentimental. You've doubled your journey at least.
It's more than just a going to Leven.
Will you tell me?
It's a kind of going home. It's the way I set out when I set out the first time, after Father died.
I see.
I wanted to go back just once, the same way, for the last time.
And look at the black spars of a wrecked ship and the golfers on the old course and the grey city itself coming up over the dunes.
I said my reasons were sentimental.
I wish the wreck had still been there.
Oh, you're even more sentimental than I am.
Probably. But why for the last time?
There isn't really anyone left in the town now of the people I knew best.
It's like the wreck. It does happen like that, doesn't it?
For all of us, eventually. And
Go on.
nothing. Just that.
No, you were going to add something.
I wouldn't be able to come for another 5 years anyway. And by then...
Yes?
Well, the girl who operated in the croft, she finds something besides a bad appendix. That's why I've been in Edinburgh. There isn't anything to be done. She found it too late, you see.
And you're going back to the islands?
Of course.
But you...
Do you remember what you said? When you know you're needed, it's suddenly all worthwhile. I haven't much longer to be needed.
Oh, I want to kick something. It's such a waste.
Nothing, believe me, is ever truly a waste. There's always a purpose if you look deeply enough.
I'm sorry, I can't accept that. The work you're doing, I mean, it's vital.
There are others who will do it.
Of course there are, but why should there have to be?
Perhaps so that I could talk on a train to a young man.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't rate myself as all that important.
Perhaps so that I could make him angry enough to play some part in preventing such angers in the future.
I honestly wish I could believe you.
I do. I do too. Your grey city is coming up over the dunes.
What will...
It's all so very beautiful and changeless. Quite changeless. Just as I'll always remember it.
What will you do? I mean...
Work while I can, as long as I can.
I just can't tell you.
Oh, this is the station, isn't it?
Oh, I can't tell you how glad if I'd been just a few minutes early at Lucha's, I'd have gone straight to the other compartment. I'd just never have known.
And you've enjoyed the journey thoroughly.
Oh, probably, but...
St. Andrews! St. Andrews!
You'd better hurry. She'll be waiting for you.
Look, I'm going to say something. You don't mind?
No.
For this while, I've been a little in love with you. Oh, I don't mean in the way I am with... It's something quite different, something... Oh, you don't mind?
No, but unless you want to tell me about it all the way to leave it...
Oh, damn timetables and people who keep them. I've got to go.
Yes.
There's something I'd like to ask you. Do you mind if I put the window down?
No. Is that what you wanted to ask me?
No, it's... Oh, the blasted thing's stuck. There it is.
What did you want to ask me?
I have to tell you, I'm not a Catholic.
I know.
I'm not a Protestant either. In fact, I'm not much of anything religious. You won't laugh.
No, not this time.
Oh, damn, but...
Ask me.
Oh, I don't know how.
Just ask.
I wanted to...
Yes. Yes.
Pray for me, sister.
I will. I will.
Pray for me, sister.